Welcome to this explainer. Today we're doing a bit of time travel. We're stepping way back to uncover the truly untold history of the Ogu people. This isn't just a history lesson. It's a story about resilience, a deep connection to water, and a civilization that is literally centuries older than any of the modern borders we see on our maps right now.
So I want you to think about something. What actually happens to a whole civilization when somebody just draws a line right through it? Think back to the Berlin Conference, right? 1884 to 1885. That's when European colonial powers basically sat around a table and carved up West Africa. But the thing is, those arbitrary lines on a map, they sliced right through the ancient, thriving Atlantic coast communities of the Ogu people. They literally separated families, cut off ancient trade routes, and fractured a shared heritage.
Now, for the longest time, there's been this massive historical misconception. The Ogu, and you might actually know them as the Igun or GUNUVI, they've been incorrectly labeled as just migrants or wanderers who sort of drifted into their current lands. But the reality? No way. They were ancient coastal builders. Their homeland naturally stretched across territories that today are boxed into several different modern countries. They didn't just migrate into some foreign land. They were already there, building a highly complex society. Section 1. A civilization before borders.
To really wrap our heads around the sheer depth of this history, we have to imagine West Africa over 1,000 years ago. Forget the borders of Nigeria or the Benin Republic. Those nations simply did not exist yet. If we trace the timeline back, we actually start in the ancient era with the Aja Tayoro kingdom. This was a massive cultural cradle for the Ogu, predating even the famous Dahomey kingdom. From there, over these pre-colonial centuries, generations of Ogu traders, rulers, and priests expanded their settlements all across what we now call southern Benin, Togo, Ghana, and coastal Nigeria. It wasn't until 1884 and 1885 that these artificial European borders were just forced on top of this naturally expansive, interconnected coastal society.
Section 2. Masters of the Coast. There is such a stark contrast between the fluid, dynamic lifestyle of the Ogu people and the rigid, straight lines of modern maps, and I think this quote really hits the nail on the head. Where others saw swamps and lagoons, they saw opportunity. While outsiders looked at those winding estuaries and dense, muddy marshes and saw impassable terrain, the Ogu people looked at it and basically built the thriving backbone of their entire civilization right there. So how exactly did they master this coast? Well, it's a three-part harmony. First, they navigated these winding, tricky waterways with unbelievable skill, using hand-carved canoes. Second, they completely mastered tidal fishing. They developed a profound understanding of the seasons and the ocean's rhythms to harvest food. And third, they set up massive salt production, coconut cultivation, and farming. Just picture it for a second. You have this vibrant network of communities, canoes just effortlessly gliding through dense lagoons, and bustling trade routes stretching all the way from present-day Benin down to Badagry and Takwa Bay. They weren't just surviving on the coast. They absolutely commanded it.
Section 3. Language and Spirit.
You know, a culture's true resilience is so often found in its words and its beliefs, right? Things that survive centuries of profound change. Let's look at the language. The phrase Nawe is the